Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is promoting a bill that would essentially make Florida universities a mouthpiece for the ruling government. This behind me is Florida HB 999, which is a proposed legislation that would essentially prohibit certain classes, majors and minors, from being taught at Florida colleges and universities, but as concerningly would give sweeping powers to a politically controlled group over tenured employees that are, let's say, inconvenient to the DeSantis administration. The bill is of 24 pages. It's obviously available online. And as always, I suggest that you go at least read some of it. But it basically directs Florida colleges and universities to remove certain minor and majors from their programs that include, among other things, of course, critical race theory. We know that's under attack. Critical ethnic studies, critical social studies, and intersectionality, which is the study of the intersection of two subsegments of population. For example, it will study prejudice among and against homosexuals in certain religious communities. These studies are very important to the development of critical thinking among higher education students. It's not by coincidence that they have often the word critical within their name, but they allow students to develop a critical thought process about the status quo, essentially, about specific problems that we face in society today. They're also foundational blocks to really understand problems that are being faced by their community, society at large within the United States, problems like prejudice, racism, discrimination in the workplace, and targeted violence against specific segments of community. Now, the bill also weakens the position of tenure professor. Tenure is a concept that exists in academia specifically to insulate professors that have been at their job for a while from political pressure to allow them to be free to teach and express their views. And what the bill is doing is it basically allows the Board of Trustees, which is a group of people that each university has that is appointed by the governor and by the Board of Governors. Well, it allows and empowers the Board of Trustees to review tenure based on very, very generic concepts like inefficiency and insubordination. So what it allows to do is basically play with these basic concepts to target professors that the ruling party, the DeSantis administration, doesn't like. Now, this bill is clearly a frontal attack on academic freedom. While DeSantis may say that he is a crusader against indoctrination, this bill does just that. It forces indoctrination into universities and colleges in Florida by muzzling, by law, certain viewpoints and prohibiting academia to do what they do, and that is share their knowledge. And it does so by threatening those not obedient to the regime with termination. The bill aims at removing certain voices from books and removing certain voices from universities. It is basically designed to allow the governor to choose what professors to hire instead of allowing other professors to select the best candidates. DeSantis is building a propaganda machine worthy of 1934 Germany by weaponizing concepts like indoctrination and woke and CRT, while the rest of us in America are watching as he forces, literally, professors to say what he wants them to say. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what's known as government-compelled speech. The bill is very dangerous, and each of its 24 pages are a plan, literally, to build a generation of men and women that think just as the government tells them to.